Hello, book lovers. Since I had a lot of catching up to do, I read 7 books in August. I had originally planned to read 10, but then life with a baby can get unpredictable. But I'm pretty happy with what I have achieved in terms of reading this month. So let's get right into the books that I read this month. I'm glad my mom died. First book by former child actor Jennette McCurdy. This is a painful memoir where she takes the reader through the years of her life, starting from the early days when she was 6 and her ambitious and abusive mom was prepping her to be a child actor. She traces the days where she gets into showbiz and how the abuse never stops and even gets worse. This book got really heavy for me, especially because I'm a mom and I couldn't imagine how a mother could put her child through so much. After 100 pages, I wish Jeanette's mother died sooner. I felt such hatred for her and immense pity for Jennette. She has written this memoir beautifully. I could feel her pain, her hurt, her struggle through all the abuse. How a child as young as 11 constantly starved, hid her feelings, suffered self-esteem issues, and was constantly shamed by an overambitious mother in the name of creating a successful career for her daughter. I had a strong urge to reach into the book and save her. I was getting impatient by the last few chapters. I so wished she could feel better and recover from the multiple eating disorders, only to remember that recovery takes time. It requires patience and immense work. Loved this book. 5 loves from me, a must read. 10th novel by the very experienced writer Gabrielle Zevin, published in July of 2022, with so many people raving about it. The Fallon Book Club was going gaga over tomorrow. Sam and Sadie, childhood friends, venture into the world of video games as creative partners and egos clash. There is love, hatred, misunderstandings, jealousy in the relationship of these two frenemies, often overshadowing the creative process. This is a good book to learn about the world of video games without drowning in the boring, minute details. The book has amazing supporting characters, very well thought of and rightly placed. The story is thought-provoking and has some gut-wrenching emotional moments. Also highlights struggles that come with disability, as one of the main characters is disabled. I loved how the book presented stories within stories when the characters start playing video games. The book shifts between past and present, justifying each character and their decisions. I found that it was dragging a little bit by the end, so -1 love. 4 loves from me. The First Ladies. Set in the 1930s and 1940s, The First Ladies is a collaboration between 2 authors, Heather Terrell and Victoria Christopher Murray. First Lady of United States Eleanor Roosevelt and First Lady of Struggle Mary McLeod Bethune have an interracial friendship in the days where it was forbidden for a black and white person to touch, travel, or eat together. The motive of the friendship is to work for the welfare of the African American people, reduce inequality, provide education, create jobs. Honestly, I was so disappointed with these 300+ pages. The first 200 pages completely ignore the big milestones of this friendship and talks more about dresses and desserts, and then suddenly in the last 150 pages, I got so much history stuffed together that I couldn't keep up. I was utterly confused, going over and over the words to understand what was going on. At one moment, I thought about just keeping the book aside, but if you know me, you would know that it's super hard for me to leave books midway, but this book was forcing me to break my rule. It is so boring, it literally brought tears to my eyes. After I read the writer's notes, I figured so many dates and events were modified that I thought I didn't get much from the book. Sorry, First Ladies. Just 1 love for you. The Yellow Face. I am noticing that the fiction world has a lot of books featuring characters with East Asian heritage, and they're doing very well. Rebecca F. Kuang's Yellow Face is one such book. Story of 2 friends, Athena and June, who went to Yale together to study writing. Athena hits it big in the publishing world with successful books to her name, along with all the perks of a successful writing career. June envies her success and low-key hates her, and finds a chance to steal her unpublished manuscript the night Athena dies right in front of her. She then publishes the book under her name, and the story goes on from there. The book is about plagiarism and how it haunts June in the modern-day world of Twitter keyboard battles, cancel culture, and mob mentality. The anxiety that comments on social media causes people also come to the forefront. Rebecca Kuang kills 3 birds with 1 stone. First, she tells you how competitive publishing is, and second, she delivers a message about how toxic the world of social media is. Third, she highlights how having a diverse background with a rich cultural heritage works for you in publishing. Somehow, I sympathize with June against popular opinion. I threw in a prayer halfway through the book, wishing she would not get caught and would become super successful. I don't know why, but all the justifications she gave for herself in her first-person voice worked for me. Easy read, I read it over a day, not pausing to admire the writing or the usage of words. An interesting story with a lot of possibility for being adapted into a screenplay or a TV series. Loved this book. 5 Loves from Me. The Midnight Library. Old wine in a new bottle, Matt Haig's The Midnight Library is a story of a 35-year-old woman, Nora Seed. Depressed and unsuccessful in relationships and her career, she decides to take her life. She gets trapped in the in-between, which is a huge library of books with different versions of her life. The version where she's married, a version where she's successful and famous, and so on and so forth. Nora gets the chance to visit these lives. This concept is so familiar and better delivered in many other works. One of them is the Netflix series OA. I wasn't impressed with this book as it seemed very predictable. I could accurately guess the ending. The writing was simple with some quotes on life and fun facts like fish get depressed. 2 Loves from Me. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Why did I ever do this to myself when I know I don't like majority of the YA stuff that's out there? Another unbelievable mystery book where the main character is smarter than the police. The story is about a young girl named Pippa who takes on the job of solving a tragic murder-suicide of a schoolgirl, Andrea Bell, and her boyfriend, Salil Singh. Salil Singh is accused of murdering Andrea Bell before taking his own life, but Pippa thinks that the facts don't match the outcome of the police investigation. She teams up with Salil's younger brother to find the truth. Pippa is so smart she leaves seasoned police officers behind. She lands into dangerous situations but gets out without even batting an eyelid. Hidden evidence just keeps dropping into her lap, and witnesses tell her the whole truth with such ease that it seems unbelievable. She breaks into homes, blackmails people into telling the truth, and uncovers the truth that lay hidden for years. What a wonderfully unbelievable story by Holly Jackson. Big whoop. 2 Loves Only. Bonnie Garmus's Lesson in Chemistry is written for a screen. When I read it, I felt like I was in a soap opera where unreal things were happening. The story is set in the 1960s America where women are the lesser gender. They don't have much power in the society except for being housewives and baby makers who are sexually exploited and mistreated at workplaces. The main character, Elizabeth Zott, who is a chemist by profession, is a woman with a voice. She goes through all that is wrong in the society, gets assaulted at a workplace, gets less pay and opportunities in comparison to her male counterparts, and get treated like a mere object even when her intelligence is her superpower. She eventually lands a show on television where she teaches women to cook. She has a unique take on ingredients and the cooking process. Cooking for her is chemistry. She also has a daughter and a dog, both exceptional like her. The show is extremely successful, but she's not only teaching women to cook, but to recognize their potential and raise a voice for themselves. The twists and turns in this book seem too perfect, too made up. Things magically work out. Problems get solved so easily, it seems like you're watching a movie where challenges are set up only to be resolved by the end. I didn't love it as much as everyone else did because of its obviousness and unreal characters. 3 Loves from Me. So these are all the books I read this month, my friends. Let me know what you read in August in the comment section. Also, let me know if you have read any of these 7 books and what you thought about them. If you want to be a part of my bookish community, please do subscribe. Until then, keep reading.